The outside of the diesel. I'm going to put the window down so I don't lock myself out. Absolutely astonishing how quiet this car is. You'll notice the tone of the engine is a little bit gravelly because obviously it is a diesel, but it's a very soft, quiet tone. If you were to pull up to, pick your kids up at school, their friends aren't going to be like, "Hey, what's up with your parents' car?" It sounds normal. It sounds like a normal car. It doesn't sound like a diesel. Let's take a look at the exhaust. Now this has a dual exhaust system. It's a true dual exhaust. It's a V6 engine with a turbocharger and an intercooler. I'm going to put my hand up here against the stream of exhaust. Okay, and then I'm going to smell my hand. Nothing. Doesn't smell at all. As you can see, there are no particulate emissions. Take a look. I probably should have taken a piece of paper and then taped it into the exhaust so you can see, but there are absolutely no visible emissions whatsoever. The Bluetec additive goes right on in the tank here. Here's the tank. It holds 10 gallons of the Bluetec additive, which is why there's no spare. As long as you pay for the maintenance in advance with Mercedes-Benz, you really don't have to worry about any cost associated with this Bluetec additive because it's already taken care of with the prepaid maintenance. If you don't prepay your maintenance, the cost is going to vary from dealership to dealership because the Bluetec additive, just like with fuel, can be purchased in different quantities. If the dealership purchases the Bluetec additive in small quantities, they're going to charge you a lot more money for it. If they purchase it in large, 10 or 25-gallon drums, they're going to charge you a lot less for it. If you go on the internet, you'll see horror stories about what some dealers have charged for this Bluetec, and then other people, basically it shouldn't cost more than a tank of gas every 10,000 miles. It's supposed to last 10,000 miles, so it'll get you your oil change, and because the oil changes are due every year, every 10,000 miles. Bluetec is also becoming readily available at gas stations as well. In Europe, it's actually available at the pump. So when your light comes on, you just put the Bluetec additive in it, and that's it. Oh, smoothness. Yeah, that's the other thing. Diesels have a bad reputation for, smoothness, noise, vibration, harshness. This diesel, if you can kind of take a look at my hands here, there's no vibration at all. It's completely smooth. If we open the door here, trying to look at a point that might amplify the vibration, there's nothing. The motor mounts are fantastic. As you can see, the motor has a little bit of a vibration in it. See that, since it is a diesel engine, but you don't actually feel that at all in the passenger cabin at all. And even with the hood up, as you can see, it's heavily insulated, as is the cover for the engine. But even with the hood up, it's very, very quiet. Turbocharger's right underneath there. What kind of fuel economy are we talking about? Well, the diesel's rated at 21 in the city, 32 on the highway by the EPA. My personal experience and the experience of my clients indicates that is very pessimistic. This car is much more fuel efficient than that. I personally, while shuttling a VIP customer, drove about 100 miles in a brand new, not broken in Bluetec right off the front line. And driving normally, just driving along the 101 freeway and back, I averaged both city and highway 37.2 miles per gallon. That vehicle was a blue one that we had a little while ago, and that one it's sold actually due to that test drive, that shuttle trip. The client really fell in love with the car, and now the car's gone. This one is probably not going to last very long either. What's the cost? A lot of clients that have owned heavy-duty trucks before, i.e. those big-ass Ford trucks, know that a lot of manufacturers charge literally tens of thousands of dollars extra for their diesels. Well, the base price of a diesel is $51,690. The base price of a gas is $48,900. So for $3,000, you get a car that drives better, that's much more fuel efficient, and that also will hold its resale value, several percentage points better. The diesels have about a 71, or up to 78% residual value. That changes from month to month, and the gas engines are in the 60s, so it's going to hold its value 10% better. Plus, it'll be a lot easier to sell, because people who love their diesels will only drive diesels, and guess what? All those old Mercedes diesels out there with hundreds of thousands of miles on them, people don't drive those cars because they're rich and they don't have a problem putting, $10 million of maintenance into a car. They drive them because they're still running and they don't maintain them very well. There are so many poorly maintained Mercedes diesels out there that just keep running. And for the ones that do properly maintain their diesels, they really don't cost that much to maintain, because there isn't, the systems there are no spark plugs, there's no, carburetor or throttling system per se. It's just direct diesel injection. So there's a lot less to go wrong, and there's a lot less wear and tear on the engine. And that's why semi-trucks, and buses, they're all diesels. And even some of the newer trucks that you see out there and buses, when was the last time you saw a brand new school bus smoke? When was the last time you smelled the exhaust of a new school bus? Some of the new buses that are running around that have Bluetec in them, and or reduction catalysts in them, NOx reduction catalysts, they don't smell anymore. They're not that noisy either. So this is the future right here. Right now, you can buy this car for just a little bit more than a gas engine. It's going to get you better fuel economy. It drives like a hot rod. It has so much torque, and it's quiet. For the future, the diesel engines. This is a 3-liter V6 diesel. In the future, we're going to have a 4-cylinder, 2.1-liter 4-cylinder, because with the diesel, you don't need, this engine really is overkill for the car. It's a very fast car. You don't need this kind of power. This is going to be a lot more power than most people are going to need. And with a 4-cylinder engine, you'll get even better fuel economy. But for what we have now, this is really a step in the right direction, and it's a fantastic car.